Welcome to the Sibley Library Summer Adventure. We are making our way through our summer adventure journal, and during our falling action this week, we're going to encounter our injury and our reward. So let's start with our injury today. Very rarely does a story take place where the main character escapes unscathed. Oftentimes, while they are in the midst of battle, they fall and hurt themselves. Even if your hero isn't fighting head-to-head in a combat with weapons, there are other ways they could be injured. Sometimes they might lose a pet or have to sacrifice something important to them. Let's find out what type of injury your hero will receive by using a deck of cards. Lift this page out and unfold it to find a game board for you to deal your cards onto. Good luck. So, once you pick up your pages this week, you'll also receive a deck of cards from us. So, I'm going to lift this page out like so and open it up. It kind of unfolds like that. I could take it all the way out if I want to, but I think this will work just fine. And it says here to shuffle face cards. That means your king, queen, jacks, and your jokers. You should have 2 jokers in your deck. Mine only has 1 because I did use it for something else, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and shuffle those, so we're going to mix them. And it says place stack face down here, and we're going to shuffle all number cards and aces. So the ace, which is the A. Oh gosh, I missed a couple face cards. We'll have to reshuffle those. So these are going to be ones in this case. So it looks like that's all the numbers. So you'll just have to mix them up really good. Do a fancy shuffle if you can, otherwise just mix them up. I'll shuffle in my extra cards that I missed here. Place those back there, and I got my stack of number cards here. So this is going to determine the fate of our villain, if you had one in your story, and then this is going to be our hero's fate. So let's go ahead and do this part first. I have a queen. Fate of the villain. If you flipped a king card, your villain disappears at the end of the story by retreating or by tragedy. If you flipped a queen, like I just did, your hero has a change of heart and asks for forgiveness. If you flipped a jack card, your villain has been captured and is going to do time in a dungeon or prison. And then if you flipped a joker, your villain escapes, setting the scene for a sequel maybe? Okay, so in my story, since I flipped this queen card, I'm going to make sure that my villain has a change of heart and asks for forgiveness in some way, and maybe they'll end up being friends. Now I'm going to deal 1 card here, 1 card here, and 1 card here from this stack. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So this magical number here, the last card you flip below will be your magical number. So I'm going to set that one aside for now. We're going to flip this one, red or black, and it is red. So over here it talks about our hero's fate, red or black. The first flipped card will determine the type of injury your hero sustains, physical or emotional, mental. So since we had a red flip, I'm going to follow these instructions here. If this would have been a black card, I would go down and read this section here. Red. Your hero isn't able to escape without a wound. Flip your second card, paying attention to the suit. Match it up with one of the suits below. This will tell what type of wound your hero will receive. So now I flip the second card, and I have a spade. So your hero loses an important sense, like hearing or eyesight. So my hero is going to have to either become deaf, lose her voice, like Ariel did in The Little Mermaid for a while. It doesn't have to be long term, it can just be temporary. So your hero loses a sense. If you would have flipped a diamond, your hero would receive a deep scar. A club would mean that your hero gets a concussion, like a head wound, and maybe forgets some things for a little bit. And then a heart would be your hero loses a limb. So like an arm or a leg or a hand or something like that. Or even just temporarily broke his arm and couldn't use it. So that is what my second flip is for my red. And then this third flip here, oh, it's an ace. I must not have shuffled my aces in very well. This is my magical number. It's hard to have a 1 as a magical number. I might have to reflip mine. Often in fairy tales, a certain number repeats, like the number 3 for 3 wishes, or 7 for the 7 dwarfs. See if you can use this number somewhere in your story, either as the number of attempts it took your hero to succeed, the number of times they got lost, or the number of rewards they will soon receive. So, like I said, in this case, ace equals 1. I guess I'll just have to put the word 1 in my story quite often. The one true hero, their one great task, the one true villain. So that would be how I could incorporate this magical number into my story. So there we have the fate of our villain, the fate of our hero after battle. Let's just say I flipped a black card here. I'll redeal these two here so we can take a look at this. Your hero's injury is more of a personal loss. We'll flip our second card, paying attention to the suit. Match it up with one of the suits below. This will tell what your hero has lost. So if I flip this, ooh, and I have a diamond, I'll follow the diamond here, and my hero would lose an important object. So whether this is their magical element that we had just received, if they lost it in their battle, their skirmish, or if along their way home they misplaced it or the villain stole it from them. There could be something else that's really important to them. My character really loves shoes, so maybe she lost her favorite pair of shoes. That has an important part of my story. So that is your hero's fate. And then if we take these cards away, and yes, you could try this a couple different times to see what your results are. We can fold that page back up and turn over to say, my hero suffered. Maybe my hero misused her serpent venom potion and splashed some in her face and she lost her eyesight that way. Or that might be something I like to use. That might be it. But in the end, they were able to find an antidote, so she wasn't blind forever. And it was all worth it because the villain had a change of heart and decided that she was no longer going to plague the town. So I'm going to write in my answers there, continue my story, and then next time we'll find out how our hero has been rewarded. Thank you for watching.